beautiful people, internet? I'm Wesley.
I'm Stephanie.
It's Wes. Today, guys, we're acting to the Rise of Bangtan, Chapter 8. I Need You. I'm not going to sing more for you guys to sing. I was singing off camera to Stephanie. I was like, well, I really have to be careful because I'm going to try to belt this, and I cannot. Oh, we will lose all of our viewership. Average view duration will plummet. And I wouldn't blame you guys. I would click off of the video. But
I'm excited. I've been thinking about these documentaries a lot that we've been watching. I don't know, it just makes it feel like all the puzzle pieces fit together.
Yeah.
On how dedicated ARMY is, on how focused everyone is on buying out the albums when they come. We've had a really generous viewer. Vanita was bought an album for herself, bought an album for us, and bought
so
an album
generous.
of Face to give away to you guys. And it makes sense now. I was like, but someone's buying all these albums? No, I didn't understand why it was so important, and now I feel like so much more drive and commitment to support them in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's especially, I feel like some of the things that will be said sort of offhand, either in the docuseries, that the official ones, right?
Yeah.
But they can't delve into it because BTS still has to play in this ecosystem, right? So they can't explicitly say a lot of these things.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of these things have been hinted at.
Yeah.
Especially when they're talking to each other in the festas.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always sort of a context that we've been missing, and now it's starting to make so much more sense retroactively, what we've listened to them say before.
All the times we watch them waiting to see if they get a Grammy or not.
Yeah. Now that hurts, especially the first time.
Yeah.
When they probably didn't have a full understanding. I wonder if for them they sort of could possibly have idolized the American music industry.
Thought it was better than
because
different than
they might have
hip-hop.
thought like, okay, well, if we can just break out and we can get away from these record labels, I'm sure that it'll be completely fair
and
everything will, maybe not easy, but like fair, right?
Yeah.
Like it might not be easy, but at least we'll be able to compete at a level playing field.
We're not going to get the hate that we get in South Korea.
Like the record labels won't actively try to sabotage us.
Yeah.
Surprise.
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 Oh no. You see what it said in
Yeah.
the corner? I still can't believe this is a fan-made documentary.
It's so good. It's amazing. I love the guitar in this.
Love this song.
It has some of my favorite fits from The Voice.
Yeah. Oh, that was a cool
Each year,
transition.
over 100 idol groups debut. Only a handful actually make it. So, I'm just giving
100.
three.
I
100
can't
and
even
only
handle
like
that,
3
man.
make it.
I can't even believe that there's that many groups.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This the idol culture is, I don't know. For me, and as an American looking at it, it feels so like a sport.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels like our football tournaments or baseball tournaments or something where there's like 100 groups that do these live shows. That's like their games, and they just kind of get whittled down like playoffs.
It's crazy to me because like to be in a group in the first place, you have to make it through so many tryouts, and then you make it through so many tryouts, and you're dedicating years of your life, like hours and hours. Think how hard the boys worked, and that the constant like, am I going to be let go? Is this my turn to be let go this week?
It feels like competitive. I know this sounds really weird, but it's like competitive entertainment, or competitive entertainer instead of like casual entertainer.
3 out of 100 groups.
That's insane.
Nuts.
And think about how many, like 3 out of 100, and then 1 out of every like 10,000 people that even applied to get into the group got into a group in the first place.
I know.
That's wild.
Categories. Famous idol group, half famous idol group, and nobody knows not famous idol group. The first group
That's
I
true, you
want
might
to
not
talk
even
about
be
is
famous.
the famous idol groups. They're famous, they make money, you don't have to worry about them. The bottom group, because they're not famous, they have freedom. The company won't invest any more money in them. That means their contracts are nullified, they're free to do whatever they want. The half famous idols, the groups that do okay, they're actually the worst.
Oh.
So I'd like to talk about the big three: YG, SM, and JYP.
3대 기획사인데 Steph, YG, JYP?
SM, JYP랑 YG에서 3대.
Big Three privilege is a term people in the K-pop community use to refer to privileges some groups receive for being a part of a large company.
So I think there can be quite a few definitions for the Big Three privilege, but I think the most unanimously agreed on one is that artists from the Big Three, meaning JYP, YG, and SM, have a privilege when it comes to success and popularity.
The Big Three companies have built a legacy and reputation in the entertainment industry in the last 20 years.
AKA corruption.
You know what's
That's all
interesting?
that means now. That's all it means.
Even if it wasn't corruption, they would still have those tremendous advantages that comes with being backed by an industry like this and a company like this that has all the processes figured out, that has all of the
connections.
Yeah, all the connections, even from a non-corrupt standpoint, right?
Just if they're like, hey, I know this person who's really good at making music, I'm going to call them up and see if they can make a song for you.
And they're like, oh, it's, I don't know, what's your producer name? Steffi Baby. Oh, it's Steffi Baby? This is your artist? Oh, I'd love to produce for Steffi Baby's artist because she's been really great to me in the past. You know what I mean? Just little things like that.
Little things.
Not even corruption.
Not
so
even like, hey.
Imagine the multiplier when there's also corruption on top of it.
I know.
And the budgets. Like, let's not, like, there's just, they have a much higher budget they could choose to use for these groups because they just have bigger war chests in general.
They can pull from.
Yeah.
Bigger investments.
Bigger investments. They're
Because they
probably
can pull
willing
from this investor pocket to this investor pocket.
and like an investment for them that would be like 0.1% of their total war chest might be like 10% of a small company's war chest, or even bigger, you know?
Yeah.
They typically have a lot more artists, all very popular.
Oh yeah,
on
I didn't
some
even think
level.
about that.
And these artists bring ratings. There's a lot of negotiation and a lot of pull to make sure that these Korean TV shows and even concerts have the best ratings and attendance for advertisers. It's a big circle and not exclusive to Korea. This is everywhere in the world because when it comes down to it, it's all about what makes more money whether you like it or not.
For example, if a company wants their new group on a music program, they'll often have to offer up their more popular idols for variety shows or other programming on that same network. Those same companies often have their hands in other parts of the entertainment industry, so idols from said companies are more likely to get CFs or cast in musicals, variety shows, and dramas. The privileges aren't limited to the Big Three. Any group from a company
Did you see him? Did you see him?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
Jungwoo
it's oh man.
from
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Can't handle.
I forget that he's an idol.
I forget that he's not. Oh, spoilers.
popular acts and has a steady cash flow will experience at least some sort of privilege. Debuting from a Big Three company and having these privileges doesn't mean your favorite idols don't work hard. No one is saying that. It just means you're more likely to be rewarded for your hard work.
When it comes to social media and online's presence, the Big Three's power is mostly
Dang.
present when it comes to Korea. The K-pop's Big Three power does not have the same effect on international fans.
Please show a lot of love to the middle tier K-pop groups. You know, the not so famous ones. I don't want to name any groups, but you know who they are, right?
I know who they are.
So contextually, this is where BTS had gotten to.
Yeah.
So this is like the hardest part
The
to
hardest
navigate.
part.
질문이 좀 있었는데 이런 거 해보고 싶기도 했고 되게 담아가서 간직하고 싶다는 생각도 많이 했고 이렇게 팬분들을 이렇게 찍어 왔는데
Because they don't know if that's going to be the biggest one they ever do each time.
페였나? 거기서 이제 팬들은 자기 가수한테 기억되고 싶다는 말을 들어서 사실상 똘똘이가 아니어서 다 기억할 수가 없기 때문에 뭔가 이 영상을 보면서 되게 더 열심히 해야지 내 팬들한테 더 좋은 음악, 더 좋은 무대 보여드려야지 이런 생각을 많이 할 수 있는 영상인 것 같다.
They always had such a drive to
얼마
improve.
남지 않았는데 멤버들이 안 다치고 몸이 안 아프고 그냥 좋은 앨범이 빨리 나왔으면
One
좋겠다.
member goes down.
응.
Can you imagine like the group 17, where one member goes down at 17? That just like exponentially, you're more likely to have.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
그거 같다 요즘
I didn't even think about that. Like two people.
2015년
Just the number of members.
Yeah.
새벽 2시 치민을 오기 끝 봐봐
2 a.m. Oh. They're always up so late.
커트가는 놀이터 섬짓에 따라서 발렵한 작은 공이처 성격은 바닥을 기지만 난다 오히려 세상에 다 잘 될 거라면 괜시리 소리쳐 하지만 세상은 되레 겁죠 그럴 거면 멈춰 머리를 채운 상념 공대 신미를 던져 또 남들이 칠하는 별점과 성공의 기준은 결격 덕에 암처럼 퍼지는 걱정 God damn it 던져버린 공과 함께 퍼진 웃음 끝까지 차오른 네 숨은 꿈틀대는 꿈들 빨라지는 초보 행복해지는 마이 순간은 영원할 듯하지만 해지는 밤이 다시 찾아오면 또 먹는 현실 정신을 차리면 또 겁먹은 병신 같은 내 모습에 자꾸만 또 겁이 나
Feels like we're watching a movie, doesn't
It
it?
does. This would be so fun to film.
아니면 꿈을 꿔 지금 심장 박동에 맞춰 다시 너를 줘 남들의 얄팍한 잣대에 갇혀 모른 척하며 살다간 코트처럼 인생도 놀자 What am I doing my life 이 순간은 언제든 다시 찾아오지 않나 다시 나에게 되물어봐 지금 행복한
I think we made a big effort to make their each individual member recognizable and like get to know our members, you know?
Yeah.
둘, 셋, 안녕하세요, 방탄소년단입니다.
첫 번째 순서로 한번 진행해 볼까 하는데요.
그렇습니다.
네. 방탄소년단의 세 번째 미니 앨범 화양연화 파트 1이 나왔습니다. 박수.
사실 저희가 학교
See
3부작이
arms
끝난
clapping.
이후에
Yeah.
어떤 식으로 다음 앨범을 만들까 굉장히 고민을 많이 했어요.
많이 했죠.
그래서 생각이 든 게 우리가 또 19살부터 24살까지
네.
굉장히 다양한 연령대가 분포하고 있지 않습니까?
네.
그래서 만들고 싶었던 게 청춘이에요.
네.
이 청춘에 근데 마냥 아름다움보다는 조금 더 불안하고 위태로운 그런 것들에서 좀 더 포커스를 맞춰서
네.
다 같이 앨범을 만들게 되었습니다.
근데 저희 비주얼이
네.
예전과는 상당히
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Super big departure.
Completely different.
이번 저희가 새로운 비주얼을 하고 나와서 굉장히 깜짝 놀라셔서
I think
이번
as I love their first few albums. That they personally speak to me the most, I think, out of most of the music that they've created.
The musical genres and like specific style is super up your alley.
It's up my alley. But I will say it makes complete sense why they pivoted and why pivoting got them so much more attention. Because my limited exposure to the K-pop industry, it felt like they were doing very similar to what everyone else was doing. And here's where they changed it up. They broke through. They started doing stuff that was very personal. It was more authentic and real, and it was different, I think, than what the rest of the industry was doing.
Visually, these feel at least way closer to outfits that each individual member would actually wear.
Yeah.
So then it feels like you can at least start to get to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like clothes and everything that you're putting on, that's an expression of self, right? Whereas like the previous fits that they had them in, I never felt like anything about the outfits they were wearing was indicative or representative of the actual member's personality or personal style or any of those things.
Completely.
Now it feels more
getting
towards
there.
that. And then as we go further, the visuals, like, I feel every member becomes super distinctive. And you could almost, like you and I feel like have a pretty decent, at least if there was an outfit that was just a cutout.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see a member wearing
We
it.
could
And it was
probably
just
guess
the clothes.
whose it is.
We could get close, right?
Yeah.
We could get close.
We could pick 2 or 3 members who would wear
At
it.
least we'd get somewhere near there. And I feel like that weirdly means a lot, and it helps you get to know you. Like
It
you've
does.
sent me TikToks where it's like parties where people dress as other people in their friend groups, or they dress as their spouse.
Yeah.
You have to know someone to know how they dress.
Yes.
So like showing that creates intimacy, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
앨범을 굉장히 궁금해하시는 분들이 많다고.
아, 그렇죠. 굉장히 많죠.
사진이 딱 공개됐는데 팬분들이 이런 말씀을 하시더라고요.
I can't imagine seeing the before and after
For the
in
first
that
time? Yeah.
야,
진짜 벌써?
안 돼. 벌써 리집면 어떡해. 안 돼. 난 좀 더 잘생겨지고 싶다고. 지금 리집면 거잖아. 어떻게? 이봐, 현실에 만족해요. 욕심이 많네, 욕심이 많아. 뮤직비디오 언제 공개해요? 오늘 밤 12시에 공개됩니다. 자, 너무 신났나요? 네. 8개월 공백 동안 정말 많이 노력을 했습니다. 이번 앨범 준비하느라고 정말 후회 없이 준비했고요. 정말 후회 없는 활동 되도록 정말 화양의 날을 맞이하도록 열심히 활동을 할 테니 저희 팬 여러분들과 또 이 화면을 지켜보시고 계신 뭐 다른
Our
분들까지
new pretty image.
이름표 다 사주세요.
예.
활동이 방탄소년단의 가장 중요한 활동일 것 같아요.
아 근데 이게 매 활동마다 그렇게 돼요. 저번 활동 때도 아 이번엔 정말 잘 되는 거죠. 아마 다음 앨범
Always the
준비할 때도
pressure.
아 이번엔 진짜 잘해야 된다.
오늘 부분 잘 나온 것 같아요.
아, 더 해야 될 것 같아요. 할 때마다 부족하지. 모르겠어요. 별로 안 슬픈가 봐요 지금 기분이. 슬퍼야 되는데 지금 1등을 하고 있죠. 슬프지가 않아요. 화이팅!
Army bombs.
조세퍼! 자, 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다. 열심히 하겠습니다. 진짜 열심히 하겠습니다.
That's so cool. Wow.
Nice.
너 때문에 나 이렇게 망가져 그만해 이제 나가줘
It's so cool hearing Army.
Yeah. This early.
K-팝의 시각적인 특성이 댄스 퍼포먼스에만 국한되는 것은 아닙니다. 뮤직비디오는 보는 음악의 시대를 여는 중요한 요소로 작용했습니다.
제발 좀 꺼져
데뷔 초부터 방탄소년단과 작업 중인 룸펜스 감독. 뮤직비디오의 완성도를 위해 섭외한 인물이다. 방시혁 프로듀서는 예술성을 인정받은
Wow,
룸펜스
those storyboards
감독에게
are cool.
일찍 러브콜을 보내 10편의 방탄소년단
Artistic
뮤직비디오를 만들었다.
Dang.
요새는 뮤직비디오 역할이 좀 되게 많은 것 같아요.
That's when the music video started getting trippy.
Yeah.
And
It felt-
artistic's a good word
앨범이
for it.
나왔을 때
Didn't it
제일
feel like just artistically everything felt so much more, I don't know what the word would be.
Beautiful? Like
Consistent.
soft? Consistent?
Consistent.
Yeah.
In the sense of like there was nothing that felt out of place.
Yeah.
Like it felt completely in place for this group to be like talking and saying the words that they were saying.
Yeah.
And saying the lyrics they were saying and dressing the way that they were dressing.
It all came together.
and even the I don't know.
It feels natural.
It felt
It didn't
so
feel
much
forced.
Yeah, it felt like, oh cool, yeah, we found our identity, we understand it, and now we can express it.
Yeah.
And
And it
the
only
music-
goes up from here.
I feel like the music always felt like that. It was specifically the visual components.
Yeah.
It was always like the members I felt like always had really distinctive personalities and were actually really good at expressing them.
Yeah.
Super early, which is hard.
But it was like the outfits and like the
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
work.
It was the stuff that they needed to work with the label
Third party,
on.
yeah.
And they needed somebody to come kind of do with them and for them. I think it's really cool that that big hit like got them.
Yeah.
You know? Like it shows that they cared and they actually took the time to understand and connect.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Instead of forcing them into some sort of fake mold.
Yeah.
처음 접하는 게 이
Authenticity is one of the main
음원과
things
동시에
to think about with
이제 그
BTS.
안에
Me too.
이 가수의 활동 방향, 뭐 이번 앨범의 컨셉, 전하고자 하는 메시지가 한 번에 다 들어가 있는 거거든요.
아니죠 뮤비 촬영해야겠다. 이런 뮤비 처음입니다. 그리고 제 2% 멋있게.
Oh, that's a big jump.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
연기를 잘해야 될 것 같아요.
The video was so good that I was so hooked I didn't even notice.
I know.
지금부터 이 차례 진영이 몰고.
It's more engaging in a personal way when it's
Yeah.
not focused on the dancing. I like dancing.
개인 신촬영 때문에
It's like intimacy versus spectacle, right? It's different type.
아 감정이 할 수 있을지 모르겠다.
I thought they did a good job.
And me
This
too.
is like their first time acting.
Ugh. It's really cool. Whoa. It's really cool to appreciate I Need You Girl as the first.
Yeah.
Because we had seen other videos
Yeah.
before we saw I Need You Girl.
We didn't necessarily watch them in order.
we were already somewhat used to this style.
Yeah.
And so we didn't understand like as much, oh, this is such a departure. Oh wow, this is a completely different
Tonal shift.
for
yeah.
the boys.
Yeah.
Like they're having to act. There's not dancing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they hadn't done that before.
And what's sick, like, I love that they still do both. They still do the, like, Idol, right?
Yeah.
Idol, just a sick ass, and they're still meaningful and it's still very artistic, but it's like, we're sick ass flexing K-pop, let's go. And we're dancing and it's loud and we got cool outfits, but then they also do Spring Day. They all, you know what I mean? I think it's cool they do both.
So still have a little remnants of eyeliner.
I just got goosebumps, bro.
This is really dark.
That was such a sick way to do it.
That was so great.
You're all suffering. It sucks. I did not expect this music video to be this.
What the hell is going on in this video? My heart is racing. What the
Oh, he stabbed him. Damn.
What the hell?
Whoa. How do we not remember that?
I don't remember that.
This video's so dark.
This got intense.
Wow, man, this is just amazing.
Why don't we remember the stabbing? Did I block it out of my mind? Is she crying?
We know each other, Stephanie. You know, you and I just went, oh, he was beating her up. Oh, V killed him. High five.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
no,
for sure we did. We were like, get her, get him, V. For sure we would have been like that. Would have been like, hell yeah, V.
Man, I can't get over the documentary that the fans put together, pulling in all those reactions like
So
that.
good. And the editing is amazing, the transition.
It seems like, look how they're flipping.
So good.
Look at
the
that.
transitions are sick. Between the different live shows, they're so cool.
The editing is insane. It brings him in right on the same sort of dance
Right
move.
frame. Same frame.
Did you feel goosebumps? Like, did you feel like a chill?
Yeah.
It was so
That's
good.
what I got
Watching
right
that
now.
edit.
That's crazy.
Seeing them all like that. Holy shit.
I remember we were super moved emotionally by the video as a whole, but not specifically by the
Not
killing
by
the
the-
abuser.
Yeah.
Which I feel that's pretty on brand for how we take things.
We're like, oh no, that's normal.
I mean, I loved it. I really, 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 really loved it. But oh my god.
일단 할 수 있겠네?
It was dark.
1등 그런 거 떠나서 일단 앨범 자체는 좋아. 난 앨범 자체 노래가 좀 좋아.
If you weren't expecting that too, I'm sure it hit you so different.
기대를 갖지 마.
진짜 기대를 했는데 안 될까봐는.
Yeah.
네, 5월 첫째 주 쇼 챔피언, 챔피언송을 확인해볼 시간입니다. 네, 5월 첫 번째 수상자는 누가 될지 궁금한데요. 화면으로 만나보겠습니다. 함께 만나보시죠.
Look in the left. Look at the left side while they're
네,
talking.
5월 첫 번째 수상자는 누가 될지 궁금한데요. 화면으로 만나보겠습니다. 함께 만나보시죠. 방탄소년단
We got top 5.
빅뱅, 루저,
It's also they got top 5 though.
하니, 이유, 엑소, 컬미 베이비, EXID, 아 예.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
these
these
are
are
5
nominations.
네, EXID.
Oh, they didn't get it. Ah.
There's so many.
열심히 안 하고 있는 건가?
That's so disappointing. But
일단
also, I mean, how much of the voting you think is jacked?
I don't know. That's why I feel like it's so brutal because, like JK just said, am I not working as hard as I need to be? Because it's like you see something as an internal outcome.
Yeah.
That-
You're like, oh, this is my fault that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But is it? I don't know.
Because if, to a certain degree, like BTS has shown that they were able to basically be like, we are so popular that you can not continue to screw us over to
Yeah.
the same degree.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't. Man, it just sucks because it's like, imagine I'll just work harder, but there's somebody external to you that's stopping your hard work from translating. But then you're not going to think that. It's going to take so long for you to think that, and you're going to keep thinking, well, I need to increase my inputs. I need to increase my inputs. At the same time, though, I feel like it's one of the reasons that BTS is so awesome is that they did just keep on increasing what they could control.
I think I get frustrated that the whole thing is so competitive because I'm mad at the other team for winning, but I'm like, well, they worked hard too, but I'm mad because I'm like, well, BTS deserved it. You know what I mean? It's
nothing on this specific award.
Yeah, just in general.
It's
just
because
in general,
it's not fair.
It doesn't feel fair. But it might, I don't know on this specific award if
on
it's
this
fair.
specific one, we don't know, right? But like, we're talking about in general, the narrative.
솔직히 진짜 죽을 듯이 열심히 하는 것 같지 않다. 내 자신이.
I feel like they're already working so
빨리
hard.
더 빨리빨리 성장을 해야 되는데 요즘 뭔가 잘 안 되는 것 같다. 노래가 먼저인 건 확실한데 노력을 그렇게 많이 하는 것 같지도 않고 열심히 하겠다. 열심히 하자. 전국의 로그 복잡한
Oh wow.
That's a cool concert.
It's so cool.
What a cool way to do a different type of concert.
It's beautiful. So pretty.
어때요? 라이브 세션을 들으니까 좋아요? 저는 굉장히 어릴 때로 돌아간 것 같아요. 중고등학교 때 이제 뭐 길거리 버스킹도 많이 하고.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know that.
이런 소극장에서 최저 인원인 두
Can you
명
imagine being one of these people?
That'd be so cool.
That early on.
앞에서 이렇게
And like now, I bet they're still
공연을
super
하게
fans.
돼서 굉장히 기분 좋고.
제 생각에 그냥 기분이 대세는 아니지만 잘 되고 있습니다. 네. 감사합니다.
저는
they're
지금
like
이 자리에
crying.
계신 저희 팬
How
여러분들께
would you?
굉장히 죄송합니다. 아 여러분들 오늘 굉장히 이쁘게 하셨어요.
네, 다들 예쁘게 타입.
Oh, sugar.
햇살을 받아서 그런가?
어떤
다음 곡으로 넘어갈 준비됐어요?
You're Suga?
Yeah, Suga's funny.
I didn't think Suga of all the members would be the one to like, I don't know.
You like the flatterer?
Not maybe flatterer, but like the romancer, like, oh, you all look so beautiful. You know?
Yeah.
아이고야, 이 노래 어휴.
빨리 좀 주세요. 빨리요.
세 개를 골라야 되는 거 아니야? 잠깐만요.
Oh gosh.
3번 너무 어렵다. 3번, 6번,
Oh,
3번,
man.
6번, 13번?
아니 3번하고 11번 차이가 뭐야?
아이씨, 나세 개를 다 맞췄어요?
방탄소년단이 또 음원이 나왔습니다. 우리 팬들이 또 이렇게 또
What did he get up?
해줘가지고요. 우리 모양을 또
Whoa,
우리
that's
남들
sick.
오빠 잘해주라고.
네. 문제 맞추는데 랩몬이에게 살짝씩 양보해 주세요. 사주가 조금씩 들어오네. 그러네. 사주.
저희 오늘 랩몬스터가 부재 중이어서 저희 안무 팀장님이 대신 올라서게 되었습니다. 저희 방탄소년단 안무를 모두 다 직접 만드시는 바로 그 랩몬스터입니다.
That'd be so funny having somebody else substitute in.
네? 당연히 EXID 선배님이 하시겠죠. 어제도 EXID 선배님이 했는데 오늘도 하시겠죠 뭐.
공약 준비하고 계신 거 아니었어요?
네, 저요? 만약에 하면 저희 입술을 바르고 아이니즈 무대를 하겠는데
보기 힘들더라고요.
보이나? 잠시만요. 아이고. 이번 주에는 어떤 게 예상하시나요?
이번 주요?
1위 후보에 든 것만으로도 영광입니다.
팬분들한테 살렸습니다. 사랑합니다.
도와주십시오.
도와주십시오.
와우, 5월 첫째 주 M 카운트다운 대세 아이돌 EXID와
Oh,
방탄소년단 대결.
okay, it's in the top two.
보여주세요. 오늘의 최종 결과 먼저 음원 판매 점수입니다.
Oh,
Whoa.
Digital sales score? Wait, hold on. Digital sales score was crazy.
They're misreading. They're lower.
Okay, they're lower.
But way higher for album
Album.
sales scores.
Reference score? What
What
the
does that
reference
mean?
score? Social media score.
엠넷 방송 점수입니다.
What's that?
네, 마지막으로 생방송 문자 투표 점수를 합산한 오늘의 영광의 1위는
Just barely. They were so close
Dang.
in points.
Well, you're assuming that these scores mean anything.
I don't know.
I feel like these are just a way to add drama.
Yeah.
소감 부탁드립니다. 강시혁 PD님, 최효정 부사님,
Me, look at me.
윤석주 이사님, 이혁 이사님 진심으로 감사드리고 저희 회사 빅히트 너무
BJK.
사랑하고 저희 가족분들 너무 사랑하고
Oh, Jin's putting lipstick on.
열심히 했습니다.
Oh, he's just putting it all over his mouth.
아미도 사랑해요. 자, 소감 한 분 더 말씀해 주세요.
아, 진짜 저희를 믿고 항상 응원해 주신 저희 아미 항상 정말 감사하고 사랑합니다. 감사합니다. 사랑합니다.
What exactly does the first win mean for a group?
The other
Oh yeah, they've all got lips. That's funny.
The other team looks so disappointed in the background. It just hurts,
It's like
you know?
pretty cool, pretty important. I think that it is a good way to indicate that you are established. Your new album was recognized. You have done enough and worked enough that you've kind of reached that level. You always see artists cry on their first win. I think it's a really special moment for the group that they've reached this level of achievement.
It's like industry recognition also.
Yeah.
스타일라이트 많이 기다렸죠? 너무 기다리게 해서 너무 미안하고 너무 감사합니다.
Oh, my heart for every single one. You know how we're watching the anime for Haikyuu where there's like volleyball teams and we
yeah.
get attached to every volleyball team?
Every
I feel
volleyball
like
team.
I'm getting attached to every group out there because I'm like I'm mad at the industry, but each individual person works so hard to get where they are.
Yeah, and it's like it's different. It's different.
It's different when you look at the individual and you see the tears and how hard they work.
And there might be a scummy individual
on
but
the
like,
team,
on
but
the,
like,
or something on.
But you
at
don't
some,
know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
And there really doesn't have to be anything shady that the
Members
groups are
do.
doing at all.
They're just trying their best.
They're just like
with
working
the avenues
their ass
available.
off, just trying to get their dream fulfilled also.
Yeah. Oh man.
아, 대박 진짜. 아, 진짜 이게.
The lipstick.
I mean, honestly, we don't know enough about the industry in general. That's one of the reasons I like this documentary so much is it breaks it down. I feel like it breaks down the K-pop industry so much
Yeah.
more so we can understand it better.
J-Hope looks like a vampire.
모르겠어요.
Look at him.
진짜 저희 팬 여러분들 덕분에 생각합니다. 정말 너무너무 감사드려요, 진짜. 사랑해요, 진짜. 사랑해요, 진짜. 아, 참. 아.
He's hiding his face. Jim is always the most self-conscious about his looks, I feel like, and aware of it. He's
저는 기쁨이가 눈물이 안 나. 와 진짜 너무 좋아갖고 아니 진짜 너무 어이가 없어가지고. 와 나 진짜 나도 와. 나 지금 얘기했는데 잊지 못할 순간이다.
아 진짜 생일 파티 같아. 아 몰래 카메라 같아요.
I know he's
와
crying.
진짜
I
깜짝
thought it was a
놀랐어.
lipstick he was
I thought it
bothered
was
by.
lipstick he was hiding.
Oh, take it all back.
어떻게 해 진짜. 아 진짜 좋네요. 진짜 열심히 할 것 같아요. 진짜 잊지 않겠습니다. 진짜 좀.
What's sidejig?
Plagiarism?
Chart manipulation.
근데 2010년부터 그게 점점 등장하는 듯 했어. 저희 회사에 어떤 사람이 찾아옵니다. 4억을 주시면 한 달 정도는 1위에 고정해드릴 수 있습니다. 그냥 발표만 했다고 하면 1위를 하는 거야. 그냥 통계적으로 봤을 때는 그렇게 많을 수가 없는 광고, 팬, 뭐 행사, 수익, 뭐 드라마 캐스팅이 될 수도 있고 그룹이면 그러니까 의혹이 있을 수밖에 없는 그런 분들이 그런 일들이 좀 있었어요.
So anytime you have a new group, you can just accuse. It needs to, but it's like a way to be, oh, there's a new group that's doing well, or we
Yeah.
can accuse them of buying their albums unfairly, so that then we don't have to like recognize that they are building their own fan base.
It makes a lot of sense too if they're not as popular in South Korea compared to like other countries.
I wonder if this would have happened yet.
But I mean, look at the corner. That's what it's saying. So, so think about this. I mean, that if there's a group that was really famous outside the U.S. but nobody you know is talking about it, nobody you know likes them.
This must be fake. This must be fake.
Yeah, you would think it was fake.
Yeah, that's a really good, especially because, like you said, right? They were so social media.
Yeah.
BTS was such a social media connected group.
Yeah.
And so that's not bound by any sort of like national borders.
Yeah.
It's also like way less bound by language borders because
Yeah.
of the subtitle features and all that kind of stuff.
And if this is the first time a group has like had such a big following outside of South Korea,
like disproportionately high, especially this early.
that would
Yeah.
I get why people would be suspect, especially if they themselves were not fans.
방탄소년단 축하합니다.
So it's like, like to be really reductive, if BTS had like 100 fans in South Korea, but they had like 1 million fans outside of South Korea, and then you have a group that has 100,000 fans in South Korea,
They'd be like, "What the hell?"
and everyone's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
But I mean that's to make it very extreme.
Very
that's
extreme.
a really, man, it's crazy because that's only possible in the internet age.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
To like go out and then in.
I feel like I'm sitting on pins and needles.
사랑해요 우리 아미 여러분들.
I'm waiting for mean remarks or someone to be mean to them.
우리 랩몬 형이 제일 고생 많이 했어. 우리 활동하기 시작하기 전부터 랩몬 형이 되게 막 걱정 많이 하고 혼자 되게 힘들었는데 이제 팬분들이 되게 저희 이거밖에 만들어 주신 것 같아요. 아 랩몬 형이 되게 대신 불러주네.
몰라요.
내일은 정말 다 같이 놀 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다. 왜냐하면 우리 팀에는 무기력한 사람들이 좀 몇몇 있어가지고요. 같이 놀고 싶어도 야 건들지 마 하니까 그 사람들을 좀 놀 수 있게 해줬으면 좋겠어요.
Malaysia.
I mean, this is completely different, but we talk about this sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're so stressed out from just going through everyday life,
Overstimulated.
work, helping the kids, everything, that then if one of us tries to engage with the other one's not ready to reciprocate.
Because that person's just too stressed. Usually it's me.
Oh, I think it's both ways. Because when I get stressed with work, I'm like you guys will come in and you'll be like, hey, and I'll be like,
I've got to edit. Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, wait a second. I love my family. I just missed out on a chance to but I couldn't break out of my
It's
mental
hard to
headspace.
break out the mental stress.
And then it makes everybody feel unloved.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? So then it kind of makes everything get worse.
Yeah.
And so then I think we've found recently how important it is to be able to step back and be able to be, hey, we're connected.
Yeah.
Now we're good.
It's incredibly important.
Let's take the time to make sure that we have the house clean.
That's what I get
The
stressed.
kids are behaved, and the work is done.
Yeah.
And then both of us can be in a headspace.
Happy and content.
And we can connect and be good again, you know?
Yeah, or go on vacation.
말레이시아로 가야겠다. 휴가 받으면 진짜로. 와, 세상에 어떻게 이럴 수가 있지? 와, 진짜. 이건 5년 만에.
Maybe they're able to truly
많이
relax.
먹은 거 처음인 것 같아.
I hope so.
호케 잡고 싶다. 호케 가서 할까요?
I hope so. Aww.
저도요.
There's everything filmed. Do you see that?
Yeah. Even though it's on vacation. This is like the soup prototype kind of.
Yeah.
깐깐지원처럼 생겼어.
Oh, that's so mean.
짝짝.
The camera they're using is really cool. Whoa, that was a hard push.
Okay, it was deeper. It was deeper. He pushed him.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought he pushed him onto like the cement part of the pool.
It was still a hard push.
저희는 지금 이제 동물원으로 가는데요.
이거 타고 가는 건가?
See how they're wearing like uniforms?
Yeah.
코끼리 때문에 침이 바지에
아.
닿았어요. 코끼리 침도
Whoa.
참 세요.
Whoa. I feel like B would love to do a photo shoot with a snake.
Yeah.
I feel like he would do it so
feels
like.
up his alley.
Oh, because you know why?
Epically. The king shot with his crown.
I was thinking it's like Slytherin,
Oh.
like the dark academia vibes type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah,
I think
he's
B
got
likes that a lot.
귀엽네. 짱짱보가 혓바닥 내미는 것 같아.
일단 코끼리 실제로 처음 봤고요. 호랑이 실제로 처음 봤고 뭐 이상한 새들도 있고.
Wow.
That was so fun. This seems like Bon Voyage and the suit prototype slammed together, doesn't it? Honestly, more Bon Voyage.
그때 우리가 쌓인 피로들이 다 싹 다.
Everyone needs vacations, man. You'll burn out.
2015년 5월 13일 김남준의 로그. 화보도 금방금방
You know when they
찍고.
say people are the happiest is before they go on vacation because they're so.
Who's that?
They've done
Not
polls.
me.
They've done polls. People are the happiest before they go on vacation because they're so looking forward to it.
Not me.
Yeah, well, you're.
I
weird.
get so
You're an
stressed
anomaly.
by not having my normal routine. It's the opposite. I'm most stressed right before my vacation. Then when I get there, I love it. But until that point, I have anxiety.
Most people. I remember like when I would be working my 9 to 5 and it was like you're about to go on vacation. I'd be so excited for that clock to get down to 4 or 5 o'clock, and then they're like, you can go a little early today. Like, yeah, it's the best feeling in the world.
See, for me, I like my routine.
Yeah.
I like to have all of my things like dot T checked.
Leslie's a workaholic. He wouldn't stop if he
그리고,
wasn't forced to.
수영장에서 수영도 하고 애들이 수영할 때 나는 주로 의자에 앉아서 애들을 감상하며.
While the kids were
오늘
playing.
마지막이다. 약 2시간 뒤면 이제 한국으로 돌아갈 것 같다. 내일이면 다시 누워서 펑 하고 있겠지 뭐.
한 3일 정도만 더 있었으면 좋겠다.
다들 멤버들도 스트레스도 좀 많이 쌓이고 좀 할 때였는데 예민해지고
Yeah.
근데 딱 좋은 타이밍에 화보를 찍으면서 힐링을 할 수 있었던 것 같아서 좋은
1위를 한 만큼
팬
여러분들께
보답을 하면서 성장해 나가겠다. 띵동 시킨 밥이었다. 잘 먹으면서 잘 마무리 짓고 조심히 한국으로 돌아가도록 하겠다. 좀 다음에 오면 되지.
다음에 있다 우리.
자, 2015년 5월 13일 수요일 전국과 지민의 로그.
They're so good at always vlogging.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Their whole life is on camera. Everything.
Oh, it's done?
That was it.
That felt like a literal second.
I know. It flies by.
Oh, man. That was so fun.
I love these. I love them so much.
I really enjoy them so much.
They add so much depth and understanding to just what they've been through.
It's so well made. Just all of it. The production is insane. It's professional.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. And I also love that they included the cuts of reaction channels.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're a little biased because we are a reaction channel, but I was like, oh, that's so sick to get to see some of... Oh, you know what you were saying? That's kind of indicative. Like, there were a lot of international army that were reacting already. Way back then.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And they wouldn't have if there wasn't an international audience who spoke that language to understand it, you know?
Yeah, that's wild. That being said, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out more of our BTS reactions, we're reacting to In the Stoop Frankation right now. We just finished Are You Sure, they're both so fun. They're very different.
Yeah.
The vibes are very different.
Very
Frankation
different.
is more cozy. Are You Sure it's still cozy, but it's a little bit more like silly and let's go
Playful.
out
It's
and run around a
fun.
little bit more. But we also got Bon Voyage, all of the In the Soups, all the Bon Voyages.
And K-dramas! Vincenzo, The Glory. All of us are dead. I think everyone's going to die. I don't know what's going to happen yet. We're still watching it.
We're watching it right now. And so if you want to watch it with us, come on over. If you want to binge watch one of our other many K-dramas we watched, come check them out. We've got Crash Landing on You as well. It's Okay Not to Be Okay, Extraordinary Attorney Woo, Business Proposal.
We love you guys, and we are so thankful for you and that you guys showed us this whole world. I mean, I feel like, how can you live life without knowing about
Because
this?
we started reacting to BTS because people were commenting on other reactions that we were doing, and they said,
you guys need to react to
they
them.
were like, we really think you would enjoy reacting to Run BTS.
Yeah.
That was what they said specifically, remember?
Yeah.
That was how, and we were like, oh, Run BTS, what's that? We had no idea. And initially we
fell
thought,
in love.
like, we didn't realize Run BTS was like the show.
We knew.
We had heard of BTS before, but we were like, you want us to react to a group called BTS running?
Yeah.
Remember, we were so confused.
We were so confused.
And it took us a long time
to catch on.
You guys were so amazing. You kept being like, guys, come on, guys, come on. And we were like, we don't understand. And then we put it off. And we eventually did it. And we were like, this
Our
is
army
awesome.
journey is so backwards
It's so
and
silly.
so upside down, but we're here. We made it.
It was fun all the way.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It was really fun connecting with the members as individual like entertainers or people or personalities first.
Yeah.
And then we were like,
I just remember
as
the first
artists,
time we saw
they're
their
sick.
show. We had watched
Oh,
like
the live show?
50 Run BTS,
Yeah.
and then we saw their show, and my mind was blown.
I remember when we actually like went through the music videos
Yeah.
too, and we were like, "This is insane!"
I know.
Because it was like it felt as if your friend was
Had a secret
secretly
life. It felt like
a
Hannah
Hannah
Montana.
Montana, yeah,
Hannah Montana.
And we were like, "Dog, they're crazy. They're great artists." Because I think for us, we had gotten accustomed to like watching YouTubers, and then we would occasionally react to the YouTubers' music,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, we're so proud of you for doing it." But we weren't like blown off our socks
Never.
or anything.
Never.
It was like, hey, I'm so proud of you, friend. Like,
For
good
trying
job,
a new
friend.
project.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And this
And
BTS
this
was like,
this is insane. This is so good. Like, we never heard, like for BTS, we would have totally been able to hear their music
Yeah.
and do the opposite and be like, become fans through their music and then become fans of them personally.
You know what else I love? I love that our kids can listen to the music too. And that, because there's actually, as I go through and play songs like that, I've just like accumulated through the years on my phone. There's a lot of songs I'm like, our daughter will start singing lyrics. I'm like, I don't want her singing this.
The biggest one
You
is
know?
1985.
Yeah, yeah.
Which for Bowling for Soup, which I've always thought was like relatively innocuous.
And then she's saying the words, and I'm just like, yeah. So anyway, I appreciate that BTS's songs for the most part that we can play and sing with our kids, and they're just having a great time.
Yeah.
They love them too.
They get so excited.
Fun for the whole
Rosie
family.
says, "Can we play the fire song?"
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Fire.
And our son Lachlan he's going.
Yeah.
it's so cute. We love you guys. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. So bye.